Well, he bataka make. But Jaden Chase, they have to make the fans them know what really are going on.
Yeah, man, now move settings nation. And we no need no ladder. Yeah, man, Jaden Chase. Another one that we're going to bring another reason for the topic of current affairs. So if you're new to the channel, just a pass through. But you like the reason and of course you like the point of view, well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon and then kick in the like button. Nation, if we truly want any reform where policing is concerned, we have to take a legal stance. And that is exactly what Nzinga and her parents are moving forward with doing. We have seen this over the years. The government only pays attention to the citizens when it costs them millions. One prominent Rastafarian entertainer was quoted as saying, "He holds the JCF member fully accountable, but I can't talk about it because it is a legal matter for which the entire constabulary will have to pay. So I don't want to use Instagram as a thing to complicate the legal process. This nation is a very serious legal matter." Nzinga stated that she clearly outlined to the officer that her hair was a part of her religion, and against her will, a member of the JCF used as scissors to defile something that religiously she holds sacred. This is not something them can go wrong. Sometimes on the island, people like to look on situations like, if life was not lost, then it is not an issue. This was assault nonetheless. Them cut our hair against our will. And I never know lace wig, she's a Rastafarian, and them cut her locks. Ancestors fight for rights. And it's almost like the police force one would give them up. I must support Nzinga and her parents 100% with moving forward with the legal case. At this point in time, Nzinga represents an entire demographic of young Rastafarian females who wonder now if simple entanglements with the law are going to lead to them feeling like so them can use scissors and cut off your locks. Remember, this stems from the fact that she removed her mask. Then probably had to put it on back. She said she can't put it on at the moment. It lead to them arresting her and charging her for disorderly conduct. Them know if they just keep it about the mask. For them actions of the officers on the spot would of course been called into question. How can you create a situation where people have to remove their mask and then tell them to put it on back? Clear abuse of the power given unto officers by the state. And the mass truck business needs to stop. That has nothing to do with safety protocols. That is a unsanctioned tax being levied on the people. Crime and violence is of course one of our biggest concerns on the island. So of course, the men and women who we have tasked with policing that situation, the security force members, and their conduct where civilian rights are concerned is something that has to be looked at. Our situation now getting better. Police cannot wonder why them abuse the rights of law-abiding citizens, and then I wonder why people in the community don't like them. It is not a mystery. You don't need Nancy Drew to fix this. The force need reform, and Nzinga need justice. The injustice being faced by the people is at an industrial level. From the corruption at the very top with our elected political officials, and it stretches all the way to the ground level with the security force members who enforce these old colonial laws set in place by white slave owners to keep the newly freed in check, and also the unrealistic protocols put in place by state legislators. Nation, something have to happen. No citizen of any country should feel secure walking around after seeing the blatant disregard for civil liberty, and then for also hear the response of the perpetrator saying that them left them out at the gate when them come and work, a job in which you have to interact with other people. So wait, did she just single-handedly confirm all of the human rights violation or violations that victims have said happened at the hand of the JCF? Is this the protocol where you leave your heart at the gate and they put on your vest, you transform in a humanoid? The response itself don't make no sense. And that is why when Zinga parents point out, say, this is clearly something against Rastafarians. It have to look that way there. Because there was no apologies. She point out before the incident occurred. Say, what you know? And a fashion this. This is about religion. So the argument cannot be made that them did feel like I did fashion and ray and whatever protocols them I say them have in place why them trim people who them admit to lock up. In this particular situation, the person I point out say, yo, I'm a belief. Religious belief. And any country where you can't practice your religion freely, you're not supposed to enter the UN. In Jamaica, in the UN. That's why I point out people, as simple as it might look to certain people. As I say, certain Jamaican citizens, as long as they must say bloodshed, they must say the severity in the situation. If someone was not rushed to hospital or is not battling for life, facing certain critical injuries, some people don't feel like it's a serious case. But you see your rights as a citizen are the same something people cuss and argue about every day. Situations. If you're in a public building, when arguments start, always something over right. I'm free for talk, I'm free for walk, yes, a public space, I can do this, I can do that. Rights. See it? Are your rights that you are defending. Anytime you do that, you say you have a right to do this, you have a right to do that. So when police violate constitutional right of the highest level, are something we have to pay strong attention to. And the fact that we also speak of reform of the police force, something that other officers have spoken about as well. That's one of the next issue. We have even other officers a call for some form of reform to the way police treat other citizens. And we have to say other citizens because sometimes it's like security force members forget. But then again, because them call the public civilians and they are quote unquote members of the security forces. Use up the comment section. Tell me how you feel about the fact that a legal suit is in motion and that's something we're going to have implications on the entire constabulary force. Something the citizens across the island itself and dual citizens who now reside in other places across the world. Something everybody are talking about. Talk to me in the comment section, let me know how you feel about it. Vice the one called Jaden Chase, the dancer correspondent, the Gaza representative. I am reminding them now, if you're new to the channel, new to the movement, just a pass through. But they like the reason and of course like the point of view. Well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon and put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here upon the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. Tell a friend, tell them sister and them brother them for check out the channel, check out the reasoning, join the discussion. Comment section open 24/7, never lack yet. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts, your comments, and yes, your opinions there. Comment section open. Talk to me. Them want to take freedom of speech. You have hours where them take freedom of movement. But them gonna try to take next. Until the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours are for to live, love and prosper.